And he outlined the challenges. And I think sometimes when we simplify them is when we can actually be able to get the right solution. The challenges, Mr. Speaker, that the Majority Leader has outlined is, one, outdated infrastructure. You know, I heard him say that the older generation may not understand why a scanner does not work. Maybe it simply needs to be switched on and off for it to be able to work. Mr. Speaker, the Majority Leader also outlined the biggest challenge, which is the lack of efficiency at the border point, leading to the rotting of perishable goods that are moving between the two countries, Kenya and Uganda. Mr. Speaker, as a farmer, I understand the dangers and the challenges of these systemic problems, and we must address them. If you sit with the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the only talk that he will give you has got to do with the need for us to speed up the East African Community Federation, to make it easy for us to be able to trade between the two countries. I don't understand why it is taking us so long. The Majority Leader has adequately said that this challenge has been there from different governments. Started from the Kenyatta government, came to the Moi government, went to the Mwai Kibaki government, then to the Uhuru government. I think if there's any government that can now resolve this problem, is this government. A government that is made up of young people, people who understand the dangers of living in a country or in a region where you can simply walk from Busia in Kenya to Busia in Uganda. Just walk. But if you dare take a flight from Uganda to Nairobi, you will pay a minimum of 100,000 shillings. The same distance, which is from Nairobi to Mombasa, you would pay about 25,000 shillings. So the question that now I put out here for us to ask ourselves is, are we being fair to the business community? If your goods are rotting on the road just because of inefficiency, are we ever going to get out of this business of playing second fiddle to the developed nation? I think it's about time, ladies and gentlemen, that we really move forward, pass this motion, and ensure that those things are actually resolved. And what is it that we can actually do? The first thing, Mr. Speaker, because I see the time is running, is that all of us, between, particularly policymakers of both countries, we must all be educated on the need of enhancing trade between these two countries. The Majority Leader has said that he buys quite a lot from Uganda. I'm also a consumer of a lot of goods from Uganda. I buy a lot of animal feeds, and I go through the same hurdles. Sometimes my trucks are delayed at the border point for 2 days, and it affects. You don't want to live in a cow barn or to go and sit in a cow barn where the cows do not have food. You will cry yourself. So if you can cry when you see the cows are crying because they have no food, what about people who have got to work, travel, sleep on those trucks just because of inefficiency? Mr. Speaker, I really...
One minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I really hope that we now move expeditiously, because Parliament pronounces itself through motions and bills. This motion must now be fully implemented. And the issue here are very clear. The systemic problems have been outlined. It doesn't matter how many times we say outdated equipment. Can we enhance them? Can we now push to ensure that we finalize this East African Federation. That is the only way we can be able to solve it. If you compare the Gisenyi-Goma border, Rwanda and DRC, you will see that it is like night and day. I want to invite you to go to Rwanda and go across to Gisenyi border and compare it with Goma. You will see the difference between those who are determined to move into the 21st century together and those who are still sleeping in the land full of corruption and who still want to live in the older centuries. So, Mr. Speaker, this motion is very important. And now that we're here, can we come up with a way, Majority Leader, that we implement the resolution of the Senate? Thank you.
Senator Omatinga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me an opportunity also to add my voice to this very, very important motion. As I like to support Mr. Speaker, I must say that it is time, Mr. Speaker, that we as a country